What's up everyone, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing a beer from the Live Oak Brewing Company, and they are out of Austin, Texas, and this is their Hefeweizen. So they're calling this one a Bavarian style wheat ale, aka a German-style Hefeweizen. It comes in at 5.3% alcohol by volume, 10 IBUs at the time of review. This can is just under 2 months old, and I picked this one up at Halftime Beverage via halftimebeverage.com. So in the description box, I'll post a link to the beer mail unboxing video I did that contains all the goodies that I grabbed from Halftime Beverage, and I couldn't believe it when I was placing an order there that Live Oak was available. They had this and the pills, and I'm super stoked for today's review because this is a bucket list beer. This has been on my bucket list since I started drinking craft beer in late 2009 into early 2010. And that's because back then I frequented the beeradvocate.com forums. That's what we did back then. And on the Beer Advocate forums and, you know, the ratings and everything on the website, this was always highly sought after, and it was typically in like the top 3 of Hefeweizens, the style itself, but definitely 100% the best American brewed Hefeweizen at that point. I've had some really good ones over the years. My favorites are Grimmweiss from Grimm Artisanal Ales, and I think it's a Gogglefogger from Fatheads. Those are my 2 favorite American brewed ones. If we're talking about ones that get imported from Germany, I think Weihenstephaner and Franziskaner both are like fantastic. However, I've heard nothing but good things about this beer over the years. So the fact that I'm getting a chance to review it, I'm just like, I'm over the moon. So we're going to crack it open, get into this New Belgium glass. I don't really have proper glassware per se, but I drink a lot of my Hefeweizens out of this glass, and I really like it. Anyway, let's get it into the glass. So I'm so pumped about this. So what I'm going to do is probably save a little bit at the end if there's any goodies. Yeah, something like that. Probably a couple ounces left. So I'm going to throw this over here so you guys can see it. And give it a nice little swirl here. How does that look in the hashtag definitely not proper glassware? That looks fantastic. Looks like lemon meringue pie, or like a lemon pie that you get the filling on. It's gonna be dark on my camera, but in person it has this vibrant, like yellow-orange color, more to the yellow side of things, maybe a little bit of like a neon yellow. Like it's very bright in the glass, has a finger of a super creamy, off-colored, maybe not, you know what, pure white looking head. It just looks absolutely beautiful. It has that haziness, kind of looks like a, you know, a New England IPA. I always joke around about, like, you know, Hefeweizens and Wit beers being like the old school New England IPAs from an appearance standpoint. Jesus. You probably heard that beep. Sounds like someone may have gotten hit there, but they didn't, thankfully. Okay, anyway, so this looks absolutely phenomenal. Just looks great in the glass. I think this is kind of what you're looking for out of a Hefeweizen. Great head retention, beautiful look. Just, okay, I need to, you know, not psych myself up. What the hell's on my glass there? I clean my glass. I always wash my glasses before I review. You know, a couple, like an hour and a half beforehand. So anyway, I'm gonna get a nose in this. I could just get lost in this nose. Holy shit balls. So I'll say right now, without question, if you're somebody who doesn't like the yeast-driven banana character out of a Hefeweizen, and you probably wouldn't drink the style if you don't, because that's what typically you get. You get that, you know, banana yeast ester, then you get the phenolic like spiciness, which is typically clove or coriander kind of characteristics. You will not like this. This is banana, true and true. Wow, it's like almost a candied banana kind of essence. It's definitely overripened sweet bananas from that yeast. There is definitely a clove character here. They're intertwining beautifully. There's a little bit of like a bubblegum thing, so like a banana bubblegum. I don't know if I've ever had banana bubblegum, but kind of in that range. There's also like a tinge of like a vanilla, almost if you like separated a banana split and you just had the whipped cream and like the banana portion. Again, not that sweet, but just kind of that essence where it's like a little bit of vanilla as well. Definitely can tell it's a wheat beer, has a little bit of that weedy graininess thing going on. Touch of like maybe a very slight like white pepper. But big, the yeast is definitely driving this beer. The banana, clove, a little bit of that white pepper, the weedy undertones, vanilla. This smells fucking... Does this smell good as the Grimmweiss? I think so. I think this smells as good as the Grimmweiss. Definitely one of the best noses, if not the best nose from an American brewed Hefeweizen I've ever had. This is fucking dynamite. Let's get into it. Cheers, everybody. Or should I say Prost? Yeah, it's a fucking absolutely, off that first sip, an absolutely fucking delicious German-style Hefeweizen. This is fucking, yes. Yes. Body in this, not thin. It's not like, super thick or anything, but for a 5.3% beer that you could, like a lot of breweries say, oh, try out this, 5.5%, check dark lager. It's full body. And then I drink it and it's like, it's like under lower side of medium. What I always think is when they say that is full bodied for the ABV, for the style. This would be labeled full bodied for the style. This is like higher side of medium. It has a viscosity that I wouldn't think from a 5.3% beer, but it still remains extremely drinkable. The mouthfeel is superb. And I've talked about the Belgian-style Wit beers and the German-style Hefeweizens in general. They have this effervescent like nature to the beer. They're like moderately carbonated. They're bright on the palate. Lots of spritzy carbonation. However, at the same time, they remain extremely smooth and creamy. That's what this is. Body, fucking fantastic. Mouthfeel, absolutely superb. What else we got? Well, the taste. The taste is not overly complex. These beers typically aren't. These are low ABV crusher beers, wheat beers. Here in the US, you'll be seeing these in the spring and summertime. This is year round, I'm pretty sure. But front to back, I get this underlying weedy, grainy kind of malt character. However, outside of that, big banana. The clove is there. The banana is omnipresent, just like the wheat. From the front of the palate to the back, it's sweet, like slightly overripened banana. Halfway through the palate, the vanilla hits. So I get this like vanilla banana intertwining kind of characteristic that I don't think I could honestly say I've ever had outside of like a heavily fruited sour that has like vanilla and banana in it. Really cool. Second half of the palate, the clove hits, a little bit of like a white pepper. This finish is quite dry, like pretty much full on dry. Very mild bitterness. Hefeweizens don't have a lot of bitterness, but the dryness really helps. Despite me saying like overripened, creamy kind of banana, it's not crazy sweet. It does lean a little sweeter, but I think the Hefeweizen style in general pretty much does, at least from my experience. But that dryness balances it out almost to perfection. 5.3%, you can't tell. Like I said, sneaky ABV if you just based it on the body alone, because body-wise, doing this blind, I would guess like 6.5%, 7%. Like, the body's fucking spectacular. I poured in the rest here to see if it changes anything up, if there's any goodies at the bottom. Actually, it's enhanced that little... Wow, I think pouring in the goodies actually balances out a little bit more. It has more of a drying, like, spiced effect. So that clove, maybe even get a little bit of coriander, like clovey, coriander, white pepper kind of drying spice sensation when I poured in the rest of it. Wow, I think I like that a lot more now. Not a lot more, but it enhances the drinkability because, like I said, it's not overly sweet. It still leaned a little bit sweeter. Now it's like perfectly balanced. I'm not going to give this a 5 out of 5. Reason being, for personal preference, I don't know if a Hefeweizen will ever hit a 5. Maybe. I don't know if it'd be much better than this. But here's the thing is I haven't reviewed all of the Hefeweizens that get imported from Germany. And I don't know. This is as good as anyone I've ever had imported in the States. Now, granted, when we get like Weihenstephaner, Franziskaner, and a lot of the other, like Eyinger and whatnot, they're never really fresh. Like, most of them show up there, 4, 5, 6 months old. The hell's going on outside? They're usually pretty old. This is just under 2 months old. It drinks like it's just under 2 weeks old. It's super fresh. So stylistically, this is a 5 out of 5. Like, I think this might be the best German-style Hefeweizen I've ever had. Personal preference, gonna get pretty close. So Live Oak's Hefeweizen, and I just want to say this. Curtis out there and a couple others who mentioned Live Oak and the Hefeweizen are like, yeah, I think you're gonna really enjoy that as like the beer that was fantastic when I went to the brewery or I had. There's a reason why this was rated highly on Beer Advocate going back 15 years. It's a reason why it's on my bucket list. And so many times a bucket list beer or a hype beer will lose me, will not live up to the hype, whether that's as a whole or in my own head. This has lived up to the hype from 15 years ago. My bucket list, whatever's in my brain as I currently speak, this is fucking dynamite through and through. Gotta check it out. If you like Hefeweizens, this is delicious. I'm gonna go drink the rest of this and wish that I bought an entire fucking 6-pack of it because I'm an idiot. Anyway, Live Oak Hefeweizen. High 4.75, go 4.8. This is fucking perfection almost. Almost perfect. This is perfection. Stylistically, it's a 5 out of 5. Personal preference, 4.8, because I don't like the style as much as I probably should. But this is fucking this is great. This is great. Absolutely great. Okay, price point availability. On their website, $12 a 6-pack, fucking all day, every day. I paid $3.99 for that can. Now listen, I've never seen Live Oak in New York. The fact that Halftime's gonna charge $3.99 a can, whatever. If I order something again in the near future and they still have cans, even of this the canning fucking from the early August, I would 100% buy at least 3 or 4 more cans, maybe an entire 6-pack. I didn't check to see if you got a deal on the 6-packs, but for a single can, it's $3.99. It might be cheaper for the 6-pack, but regardless, I don't fucking care. $3.99, fucking 4.8. This is a fantastic Hefeweizen. And availability, I have no idea with Live Oak. I know that they are in Texas. I know that Halftime Beverage got them. Outside of that, I have no idea. So if you're outside of Texas, post a comment section. Let me know. Do you see Live Oak stuff? Are you in some other southern states? Are you out west, Midwest, whatever the case may be? And also post in the comment section if you've had this one before. What do you think about this one? I know it's not, nowadays all the hype beers are fucking hazies and fruited sours and pastry and barrel aged and mixed fermentation and blah, blah, blah. And listen, I love all that shit. But there's something so simplistic and enjoyable about having a beer like this, just say German Hefeweizen, and it being so fucking delicious that I give it a 4.8 and I'm sitting here waxing poetic about it because it's this fucking good. Like, kudos to Live Oak, and now I want to check out the pills. Like, I'm not an absolutely huge pills fan, whether German style or Czech style. I do enjoy them, but if this is any indication, like, that beer's probably going to be fantastic. They're both around the same age. So I'm gonna shut this one down. Great beer. Can't recommend this one enough. Please check it out if you can get your hands on Live Oak stuff and you like wheat beers and more specifically German Hefeweizens, because I don't think I'd be steering you wrong saying go pick this one up. So I'm going to shut this one down. Appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. To the next one. Prost. Prost.